Hi. I have decided I'm going to do another mural tonight. Um, so that means I'm going to get rid of this one, September mural, which I was originally planning on doing in the beginning of September, but I ended up kind of procrastinating a little bit this month because I've been so busy. So I decided to draw this around the 21st. But the one that I'm about to draw tonight was the mural that I was supposed to draw on the 21st, but I again kind of procrastinated. So I'm gonna do it tonight. It's gonna be a fall mural, beginning of fall mural. When fall just starts, like on the 21st, I want to do a mural to kind of honor fall starting on September 21st, when fall starts. Well, I'm gonna erase this and I'm gonna start the next one. Hello. Hey Stephanie, how you doing? Good to see you. I was planning on starting this mural a little later tonight, but it's been slow at work today, so I'm deciding to get a little bit done right now. Which it might unfortunately mean I might have to pause the live stream if I have to go to the airport to do shuttle runs and pick up guests. But that's all right. I'd rather just get this started now instead of waiting really late and end up like doing the mural until 3 in the morning. Hi, September mural. Gonna miss you. Gonna miss September. But October is right around the corner. I'm definitely excited about that. I'm excited to drink some pumpkin spice coffee, eat some nice pumpkin pie, eat some apple pie, and then eventually watch the fall colors. I'm totally excited about that. I hope you're all safe from hope all you watching didn't have too much damage from Hurricane Helene. I hope you're all safe from that. That was a pretty crazy hurricane, wasn't it? I was pretty much worried about the Florida Panhandle getting a lot of damage from the hurricane. I was worried about them, but it turns out that Tennessee, North Carolina, Georgia got hit even worse with all the flooding, the rain, really bad. I've never seen anything like it. Hey, Drifter. Good to see you, Drifter. Yeah, some small towns in Tennessee, because of this flooding, they got hit so, like, they didn't just get hit bad. Their towns got demolished, completely destroyed, like permanent geographic landscape forever. Like some of these riverbeds flooded so high, there's literally no downtown areas left. It's crazy. And you don't really hear a whole lot about it on the news. And then Asheville, holy cow, boy did Asheville get flooded. There's a reason too why Asheville got flooded so bad. But it's really sad. The whole River Art District got completely submerged underwater. People lost homes. Homes got washed away in the current. Hey, I hope this video is showing horizontally. If not, let me know. Hey DK, thank you DK, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm doing another mural now. I'm doing a mural that I was planning on doing on the 21st. It's a fall mural to kind of honor the first day of fall. Well, I kind of procrastinated a little bit because I had a lot going on. But I still want to draw this September 21st, first day of fall mural. Anyway, so I'm just going to do it now and have it up through the beginning of October before I do the official October mural. But yeah, Asheville got completely swamped. People lost their homes. People are without power. My sister's car got crushed by a tree who lives in the northern part of South Carolina. A tree fell on her car. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Millions of people are without power right now. 100,000 people are out of power over in this town called Newport, Tennessee. Apparently a dam broke over at the Pigeon River, it goes parallel to I-40. It's a beautiful highway that goes along Mountain Bank over in Tennessee. It actually goes through the North Carolina and Tennessee border. It's a highway that goes along a mountain valley, and there's a river that goes along it, and it's called the Pigeon River. I used to love driving down that highway when I used to go up to Michigan. That was like my favorite part of the drive. It's beautiful. And I've always liked to look at the Pigeon River, but I didn't realize there's a dam over there. And this dam apparently broke 2 days ago because of all the flooding. And so when this dam broke, tons and tons and tons of water. Hi, how you doing?
Hello.
Tons and tons of water went down the Pigeon River. It destroyed sections of I-40, and then it went in a few miles down, about 10 miles, 15 miles down river. It flooded this town called Newport, Tennessee. Got completely flooded, all the roads. The flood banks went up 25 feet. I saw a video of pieces of houses floating down the flood banks. Well, I looked on the map to see where the Pigeon River goes to. Well, it empties out into a bigger river called the, shoot, let me try to remember the name. The Chucky Nolan River. It's a larger river. And what's interesting about that river, that one goes, if you go upstream that river, that goes to another town that got completely flooded over in Tennessee, which is right off of I-26. And it's, I'm trying to remember the name of the town. But they got completely destroyed. Huge factories and businesses got submerged underwater, and these people in at a hospital. There's a hospital in the middle of a large field right next to 26. The name of the town is on the tip of my tongue. I just can't remember on the top of my head, but there was a hospital like in the middle of, if you go along 26 in this town, you see a hospital, it's like in the middle of a large open field. It got completely flooded. This hospital got submerged except for the roof, and so 50 people had to go up on the roof and get hair lifted off. And the highway got submerged. Well, if you go down that river, eventually takes you to the Chucky Nolan River, and then the Pigeon River empties into that. And if you go further down that river, several miles, it eventually takes you to Asheville. So all these like rivers that were flooding all these like local towns, small towns in the mountains, was flooding into this large river called the French River. And it went right through Asheville. And so that's why Asheville got flooded so bad, because the French River that goes through Asheville is like the main river, where all the other rivers from all the mountains in that area in Tennessee, North Carolina, it empties into the French River. And so it got completely, like the flood banks got completely high, and it just destroyed Asheville. The French River District, the River Art District, really bad. Yeah, I've never seen a hurricane so bad before. Hey DK, yeah, it's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're feeling okay, hanging in there. All right, well, I gotta wait for this to dry. I probably could wash this a little more, but it's not really gonna have a dark background, so I'm gonna just leave it a little bit streaky. All right, I'm gonna get started on this mural in a few minutes once this blackboard dries. While I'm waiting for the dry, I'm gonna be back in like 2 minutes. I'm gonna get my other phone, so that way I can record the fast motion footage of this new mural I'm about to do. All right, there we go. Yeah, just to let you all know, I am on the clock, so I may get interrupted a little bit. But what I decided to do is that if I have to do something like work related, I'm just going to keep the live going, and I can just talk while I'm doing other things, just to keep, because I want to keep the stream going. I don't want to break it up, interrupt the stream, and have to do multiple videos. So I'm just going to keep it live. So I might have to run to the airport maybe later during the during the stream. And when I do that, I'm just gonna keep it live and I'll just bring the phone with me, and I'll just kind of talk while I'm heading to the airport with me, and I'll just kind of talk while I'm heading to the airport, just chit chat about things, and then when I come back, I'm just gonna put it back on the tripod, keep it live streaming, and then continue the mural. Yeah, that's my AOL dial-up. That's my that's my ringtone on my phone. So whenever someone calls me, it sounds, I have a dial-up sounding ringtone. Just for fun. Sometimes people go, "Ooh, that sounds like dial-up back in the day." Well, it looks like this blackboard has already dried. Wow. You'd think with all this rain we've had, it would take forever to dry, but no. So let's get started. So I'm going to do the horizon line. Actually, I'm going to do the vantage point 2/3 up. A lot of times, if you divide a canvas into thirds, it always looks good to put main things like a vantage point on a third. It makes things look more visually appealing, so to speak. Makes things look nice. All right. And in the middle here, this is the important part, the sun. I always think of the 21st, the beginning of fall, as the annual sunset. Because fall is like, if the year has if you look at the year as a day, I always think of fall as the sun setting for the year. I gotta make this more level. It's kind of a crooked line here. It's more level. So I'm just gonna keep this live streaming until I'm done. There's probably gonna be some interruptions, but I'm gonna keep this going. And I'll talk, hang out, if that's the case. It's still looking a little crooked. I don't know what's going on with me. I can't even draw a straight line today. That looks a little better. What messes with my mind a little bit is that when I look at the camera, the live stream camera, it's flipped. It's flipped the other direction. Yeah, no wonder I'm doing it the wrong way. Gosh, this looks straight, but on camera it doesn't. I gotta make this a little lower here. Why am I having such a hard time making this line straight? I don't know what's going on here. All right, so I'm gonna make it a little lower. All right, that looks good. All right, now I'm gonna make the sky like an orange color. So I gotta get, because it's a sunset, I need to make this look orange. Hopefully I got enough orange chalk here. Looks like I used a lot of orange for the last mural. All right, good. Awesome. If anybody else is on here and commented, I'll check the comments in a second. Hope you all doing well. I hope you all stayed safe from the storm if the storm hit your area. Oh yeah, by the way, meteorologists are talking about another possible hurricane that could be heading this way. Same path, it looks like. There's a low pressure system out in the Caribbean, and it may end up producing another hurricane. And if it does, it might follow the same exact path as, well, a similar path as Helene. But, so we may end up having another hurricane in about a week, but it's still too early, so everything's still up in the air. We'll know more in about a couple of days.
I won't be in your video.
The downside about doing chalk work, it's a terrible surface. It's a really bad surface to do any kind of solid colors, because there's so much indentations on the board that even if you're really colored in, it's gonna look like there's gonna be black spots everywhere. It's a very rough surface, so it does make things a little harder. Sun now, especially when you want something really bright and colorful, it's a little hard with this rough surface. Like you've really got to press it hard to fill in all the nooks and crannies, the bumps, and just the rough surface in general. It's already looking like the spring mural. This mural kind of goes alongside of the spring mural I did in March, where I call it the annual sunrise. Except this one's the annual sunset. I'm just gonna have a little field back here. And it's gonna reflect all this like golden colored sunset light. Kind of golden look to it. Of course, I want to make this look like it's shining. Rays coming out. I'm definitely going to work on this a lot more in this area later on. Just really just color this in and make it pop more. But I just want to kind of do the overall kind of scenery first. This is supposed to be a field. Right here. Kind of make this horizon kind of brighter than the foreground. Kind of shows where, because it's further away and you can see all the all the vegetation, plants and stuff are condensed, so it reflects more light on the horizon and plants and stuff close to you. I'm not going to work too hard here because I'm going to put a tree there. I'm also going to put another tree here. And down here, I'm going to put bushes. Kind of like so. And down here, I'm probably going to make some pumpkin leaves. Some pumpkin plants on the bottom. So I'm going to get some brown colored chalk for the. I'm going to have some dirt in the background. A little bit of green textured dirt. Hey Robert.
How you doing, man?
Good, do another mural.
Okay.
There's the grass or the dirt. I'm gonna kind of make this fade a little bit. This is kind of a background for these bushes. That way you can kind of get away with putting some detail in, but any kind of detail left out, the background will kind of blend it in kind of seamlessly. All right. Wow. Already got some background here. The sun. What happens? What's up? Hey Bopak. Hey Chris. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Catch up on this live stream here. Yeah, I'm just doing a mural. September 21st, first day of fall mural. I'm going to call it the annual sunset because when fall starts, I always think of it as like if the year was compared to as a daytime. I always think of like summertime, like end of June as like the afternoon, and then the start of fall being the sunset, and then wintertime is like nighttime. I don't know why, it just reminds me of that, and I just thought I'd do like a mural kind of trade to kind of show that. All right, I'm gonna do a tree over here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna just do a slight sort of landscape, a sort of layout of where I'm gonna put the bushes at. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna start the bushes here. I'm gonna make it go high here and then low. I'm gonna make a little bump of bushes up here too. Probably do a bush here. I'm gonna make it go down. I'm gonna do another little bush up here. Goes up there. Just to kind of remind myself, I'm gonna just use this eraser. Use the cloth to kind of show the outline, so it's gonna kind of go like that. All right. I wish I had darker green, but this green's better than nothing. Oops, almost broke a big green piece of chalk. One thing I always try my hardest not to do is drop my chalk. Because when that happens, when I drop my chalk, it breaks into several pieces, and it gets real hard to use it. You got all these little tiny pieces, and you're trying to draw it with this rough surface. The chalk literally, this chalk gets used up so quick. It's like taking a piece of chalk and just rubbing it against some coarse sandpaper. I'm gonna check the comments. Hey, thanks for the thumbs up. Branch thing here, and a branch here for the bush, and a little branch here, like so. Now, this is behind the bush, so it's not really going to reflect any light. All right, do that, and a little branch here. Taller bush, so I'm going to make it kind of go up here like that. Branch out like that. I'm going to do a branch like that. Do another one here, one here, one here. All right, and then I'm going to do a tree back here. A large branch is going to go over here, and then small branch in the middle, another branch out here. Going out here. I'm going to erase this. And I'm going to draw the leaves. I'm going to be using a lot of green chalk. Because I love drawing plants. That's the first color that I run out of. What I probably should do is order certain colors of chalk in bulk. I'm going to make this tree stick out a little more, make it a little higher, and make it take some of this chalk. I'm just going to dump all the pieces of chalk out of the box because it's easier than having to pull one piece of chalk at a time out of the box. So did anybody get any damage from Hurricane Helene? I hope not. Yeah, so the meteorologists are saying we're gonna have another hurricane coming soon. Maybe. It might just be a little tropical depression, it may be a tropical storm, or it may be another hurricane. And it's gonna follow the same path as it did with Helene. The good news though is that Helene probably has already sucked up most of the warm moisture, so it may not be as bad. But unfortunately, there is, the ocean there is still warm because we had such a hot summer. Really, June and July was super hot this year. So the oceans are still, in the Gulf Coast are still warm. I know another tree over here. This is a dogwood tree. They always have such beautiful flowers in the spring, but being that it's fall, it's just going to be greenish yellow. I'm going to make this kind of do a little green background. I'm going to make the leaves kind of more pronounced. So that's going to look like that. And now I got to do the branches. Where did I put my brown chalk? Right here. This part's gonna take a while because I gotta do all these leaves on here. Try to use like the corner of the chalk so I have bigger dots than just the tip. It's these things that make me really that makes me feel really hot. Really feel the humidity in here. It was 80 degrees today. I'm definitely feeling it now that I'm drawing these dots. It's kind of a workout. Try to make the kind of jut out from the branches, kind of like lightning.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. You change it every week or just whenever you like?
Mostly every month.
Oh,
Different seasons.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Liz.
Woo. I'm definitely getting my workout in. All right, I'm gonna start doing some yellow dots for the tree, for the yellow leaves, because it's fall, the trees, beginning of fall, and some trees are just starting to turn now. Just gonna make this yellow. Of course, I need to put some leaves over the branches, over the trunk. Can't just put it around it, or else it's not going to look realistic. Because in reality, leaves surround the branches, they don't go behind it. All right, that's looking pretty good. I'm not going to do any more yellow. I'm going to add a little more green. Especially around where the branches are. Make it not perfectly round, but add a little bit of flares kind of going out. I think that's pretty good for now. This has like more thicker leaves. This type of tree, I forget what it's called, has broader leaves, and they kind of turn a reddish color during the fall, so I'm gonna make it look like it's about to turn like a reddish color. Maybe a little darker red. Make it follow the contour of the branches behind it, so it's going to kind of do a thick one here. I'm going to make it kind of follow that. Branch out a little bit. It's hard to kind of see right now, but I'll make that more pronounced once I color in the background more. I'm going to make it kind of reflect off the light in a minute. I'm going to add some more little bush trunks coming out. Yeah. Make it look like it's kind of going behind these leaves. It might be a little too green, a little too light of green. I don't know. I'll have to just keep doing it and see how it looks. And if I don't like it, I can get clever and make it into something good. Okay. I'm gonna make these have these larger leaves. I'm gonna draw these little broad leaves on this bush here. All right, looking good. This one's gonna have like slightly brighter leaves. This is supposed to be an azalea bush here, but it doesn't have flowers though because it's the beginning of fall. Actually, some azaleas do bloom in the fall though, I've heard, It's just not as much as during the spring though. I might put a couple of azalea flowers on here. 'Cause a couple do bloom during the fall. Pretty good. All right. Draw some branches here. I'm actually half debating on whether I'm gonna actually decorate for Halloween. Last year, for my Halloween decorations, I made a huge long pumpkin vine. I have a big long piece of hose, actually several hoses I connect together. Long hoses. Have like 6 hoses, about 40 feet in length. And I connect them all together, and I put it on top of my roof, and then I make it drop down on the grass, and then I put the hose all along the lawn. And then I have these like cardboard leaves that I cut out. There's about like 100 leaves that I cut, these green leaves that I cut out of cardboard. I put them along the hose. And then I have these fake yellow flowers that I got from like Dollar Tree for a while ago, back when everything was $1 at Dollar Tree, which was great. I got all these cheap yellow flowers, like fake plastic yellow flowers, and I put them along the side of the hose, so they look like flowers on this pumpkin vine. And then I got a bunch of pumpkins. If you ever want to buy like pumpkins cheap, here's where to go. Aldi is the best deal when it comes to pumpkins. I got about 6 pumpkins that I put along the pumpkin vine. It looked like a real pumpkin vine. And then I put some orange Christmas lights and I put it along the pumpkin vine so I can light it up at night. It looks really cool. Some people drive by, they don't even have any idea what it is, but for those that grow pumpkins, definitely will know what it is. Speaking of which, I'm going to draw a couple of pumpkin vines down here. So I'm going to maybe make one grow out of here. I'm going to make it wind around like that. And another one, I might have it wind, maybe a little branch of it coming up this bush and then wind down here. I'll probably have another one kind of wind along like this. And I'm going to draw the pumpkin leaves so they kind of look like, this is what the pumpkin leaves look like. I'm going to color this in a second. They kind of grow like that. This is the pumpkin leaves. Big leaves. Sometimes like large pumpkin plants that grow like large pumpkins, the leaves can be about like this big, huge leaves. I'm going to color that in. Again, I wish I had dark green chalk, but this is fine. Color these pumpkin leaves in. I'm going to finish the bushes later. I want to focus on this pumpkin vine. do some pumpkin plants, and I'm gonna draw some pumpkins growing off these pumpkin vines. I think that would be cool. Color these leaves in. See if anybody's else comment on there. Thanks, Drifter and DK. Thank you. I'm not very good at drawing people. I find a lot of people are good at certain subject matter when it comes to art. You might be great at drawing certain things and not realize it. A lot of people automatically assume that they're not good at art. I've drawn a few people in the past, it's not really my thing. I like drawing nature. Or geometric type stuff. I don't know if I like the leaves looking like that. I'm gonna change these leaves a little bit. Some pumpkin plants have just normal, like spade-shaped leaves. I'm gonna make them spade-shaped leaves. I think that looks a little better. Just make them spade-shaped. There's different types of pumpkins, so the leaves can have a different look. Some have some look like have jagged edges. Some are just like spade shaped. Some of them will look kind of like a heart, like that. It really depends on the species of pumpkin that grows off these plants. I think it looks better just kind of like this, just for the mural's sake. Vine a little bigger, because pumpkin vines, when a nice healthy pumpkin plant has a nice thick vine, sometimes they'll grow up a tree. Here's the end. The end has a little like bud, where the little tiny leaves, they kind of come off, and then they get bigger and bigger as they go up as the plant grows. I tried to grow some pumpkin plants this year, but I haven't had too much luck because in South Carolina it's really hard to grow pumpkins because of all the bugs in the south. All right, there's one other important thing I want to draw, and that is the flowers. You get a lot of flowers that grow off these plants, and they're usually like a golden yellow color. I don't really have gold, so I'm just going to make them yellow like this. They're often star-shaped.
Alright, girls, I'll see you later, Mom.
Yeah, they look like a star. They a 5-point star. They grow. They're really awesome looking. I'm gonna make just this one. Not blooming yet, but about to bloom. Hope you guys can see the bottom here. I'm gonna make this a little brighter as I later on to make everything pop more. And another one here. Another fully bloomed flower. What happens is I'm gonna make this one a female flower. I don't know if you can see it very well. Female flowers have a bulge underneath the flower, whereas a male flower is straight, just a straight stalk. What happens is, in order for a pumpkin to grow, bees have to land on the flowers and bring the pollen around. There's really no other way unless you manually pollinate it by taking like a Q-tip and taking the pollen out. But what happens is a bee will land on one of these flowers, a male flower, and then when they fly off, they land on another flower. They gather more pollen, they'll fly to another flower. But then when they fly and land on a female flower, some of the pollen will come off the bee. Off the male pollen will come off, the pollen from the male flowers will come off the bee, and it will fall through the shoot and then germinate the flower, and then this bulge will start growing bigger and bigger and bigger into a pumpkin. A lot of times when the pumpkin grows, you'll still see the flower on it, but then the flower eventually dies off. And then as the pumpkin grows, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger until it's like this size right here. You got a nice big pumpkin like this. I'm gonna make this pumpkin a little better, obviously. It gets like this, and this stalk, it turns into the stem of the pumpkin. And as it grows, the stem gets longer and longer and longer, and it connects off the vine. And the pumpkin gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Like that. I'm going to draw some more pumpkin. I'm going to draw another pumpkin here. I'm going to do a real big pumpkin here. Big pumpkin growing off this vine here. Well, I love growing pumpkin plants. I love it. Every summer I plant some pumpkin seeds, and they grow in these big long vines around my yard. And then they grow big leaves, they grow big flowers, lots of beautiful golden yellow flowers. And then towards the end of the summer, you start getting female flowers, and that's where it gets exciting. That's when you start hoping to see bees pollinating, flying around your flowers, because then they'll germinate. If you're lucky, a female flower will get germinated and grow into a pumpkin. This year I'm trying to grow some pie pumpkins. They're smaller type of pumpkins that are more denser, and they're perfect for pumpkin pie. So I'm trying to grow some pie pumpkins this year, but it's not going so well because there's just so many bugs in South Carolina that it's literally not easy at all. I'm gonna make these leaves look like that. I grew 50 pumpkin plants this year, but unfortunately, almost all of them got attacked by bugs. And it happens in South Carolina. It doesn't really happen in northern states, like if you live in New York or Massachusetts or Washington State or Michigan, Ohio. It happens in the South. You get all these bugs, they just devour these plants. So it's really, really, really hard to grow pumpkins in South Carolina or Florida. It's extremely hard. One year I managed to do it. One year I did grow a nice big pumpkin, and I was really happy. And the cool thing about it is I actually didn't purposely plant this pumpkin plant. It actually grew from a pumpkin that I bought from the store from a decoration a year before, and it just, when the pumpkins rot, sometimes the seeds will actually grow into pumpkin plants the next year. If you get sometimes when your pumpkins, that you have for decorations, if it rots and you throw it out and a seed falls off it, sometimes they will grow into a pumpkin plant the following year. And that's what happened one year. And I took really well care of this plant. I tried to keep it as much as possible away from bugs, and I managed to grow a nice big pumpkin in November. And I was really happy about that. That was really cool. I wanted to make pumpkin pie, but it was a jack-o'-lantern type pumpkin, like the large ones that are like this big, and they don't have as good of they don't have as much like the pumpkin in it. It's thinner and it's a little more tougher and stringy, so you can't make as good a pumpkin pie with it. But it's pie pumpkins right here that have more thicker pumpkin and less of a cavity. And that's perfect for making pumpkin pie. Of course, you can always just buy a pumpkin pie, or you can get pumpkin pie already pre-extracted pumpkin. You get in a can, and then you can make pumpkins that way. But I want to make a pumpkin pie out of just like a pumpkin that I grew. Something about just watching a plant grow from a tiny little seed, budding in June, little tiny bud, grow to a huge long plant, and then pumpkins that you just pick off, make into food or decoration or jack-o'-lantern. I just find it so fascinating that all of it just comes from a tiny little seed, and they grow so long, so long. Pumpkin plants will a lot of times grow about 30, 40 feet. Real big leaves here. I'm gonna put some flowers here. Again, squash plants look similar. They also have those star-shaped flowers, three-point star-shaped flowers. They look like 3-point stars. That one has a lot of blooming flowers. I bet the bees are gonna love that one in this world. Sorry about the chalk. I want to make these star flowers pop right out. I'm gonna put one kind of behind this branch a little bit. Yeah. Make another flower here. This one's just kind of just blooming a little bit, but not quite. Another semi-blooming flower, one about to bloom. A lot of times I have a little green thing behind it. You know, I might make this one into a female flower. Yeah. I love when I see that bump, man. I get so excited when I have a pumpkin plant and I see a flower with the bump. Oh, I get so darn excited. Because when you see those flowers with the bump on it, that means if a bee pollinates it from a male flower, you'll get a pumpkin. And that's always exciting. Here. leaves kind of look like it's growing that way. Looks like things are kind of coming together a little better now. Still got a lot of work to do here. Like I'm going to be working on this for a while. Do another plant here. I mean, a little leaf here. It's growing right out of here. All right. Now I think I'm going to draw some sunflowers that will kind of grow up along the back. Actually, I'm going to work on the bushes a little more, and then I'm going to draw some sunflowers. On these bushes, I'm going to make some little leaves coming off of here. These are all azalea bushes. Azalea bushes have kind of thin, narrow leaves. They're kind of spade shaped, but they're kind of thin looking. So I'm going to make them kind of look like that. And they often have this light green color. And the flowers that bloom are just beautiful during the spring. Some of them have real bright pink flowers. Some are purple, some are white, some are a light pink, and some are light purple, and some are white. And they're just really cool. I wanted to plant some azalea bushes this spring, but I just didn't really get around to it. But I might do it. I might plant some maybe this fall, so that way when they grow, when spring comes around, I get some more azalea flowers because they're just pretty. The downside, though, is that you'll definitely sneeze from the pollen. And sometimes the roots can get in your plumbing, too. That's another downside about having azalea bushes, that the roots go all along the ground and they can get in your plumbing, such as your sewage pipes, and they can clog your sewage pipes from the roots. But the flowers are really pretty, though. So it's kind of, I guess it's a trade-off. If you like looking at beautiful flowers, you have to kind of deal with the pollen and call the maintenance guy over, or be a handyman. Some more leaves here. Let's do another light green azalea bush here. It's always kind of interesting. It always, when I start this, it's always it looks like, it always kind of looks like at first, it's just, what the heck am I even doing? But then things always kind of come together. And it's always kind of fun to see it just finally come together. It's gonna have a little bit of broader leaves here, so I'm gonna use the chalk on an angle to get more surface area, so I can make the leaves more thick. But I also want to do it quick, so I could just draw each leaf, but it's gonna take forever. I could do that, but this is like a 3-hour, 4-hour video, so I just gotta do it somewhat quicker. So this is the best way to make broad leaves, is by having a sort of long surface area. Use the chalk at an angle for long surface area. All right. Oh, look at that. Yeah, like that. It's coming together. I'm gonna have to make these leaves a little more. I'm gonna have to make these leaves a little darker so they can pop. I'm not going to get carried away just yet. I want to make the overall environment first, and I'm going to do finishing touches later, kind of make things really come out good. All right, I'm going to draw some sunflowers now. Oh, might do a sunflower. I try to look at this mural and try to look at the composition like it's a photograph. What subject? I look kind of, sometimes it's good to, when you draw something, look at it like you're looking at a photograph. And if you want to take a good photograph, look at what subject matter would look good. Like if you want to take a tree here, you want to have it balanced with something good here. So it's a nice balance, and have the subject matter kind of lead your eye. Same thing when it comes to drawing things. So I want to kind of see where I could place these sunflowers so it kind of flows together. So maybe, okay, this is kind of a visually heavy thing. It's a bigger tree, there's colors that stand out, so that's kind of a more striking thing. And that kind of balances with that. It balances with these two things. So I need to make this sunflower kind of not, if I put a sunflower here, that might make this too overpowering and not balance that. Yeah, this is a little bit, there's not a whole lot of busyness here. It's just two bushes that kind of look the same. So this is a perfect area to put a sunflower maybe right here. So I'll probably do a sunflower here. That's kind of too close to the pumpkin, so I don't want to confuse people. But about right here would be good. Maybe a small sunflower there. Put another sunflower here. Let's see. Right here will look good. In between these two bushes, I'll put another sunflower. That's by that flower though, but oh well, it's too late. I'll put one here to kind of counteract that. Put another sunflower here, maybe another one here. I'll make some of these go behind the bushes. I probably should have made that first. I'll do a one here, one here. I want to have some come up behind the bushes. Alright, that looks good. Hold on one second. Alright, sunflowers have these like rough, jetty leaves that come out. Make it look like it's kind of coming there. Jetty leaves. Sometimes they kind of go right up to the base of the flower like that. Like that. I'll make this actually go in front of this leaf here, but behind this flap, behind that pumpkin plant flower. There we go, now we're cooking. I'll do one more leaf here, just a smaller leaf because it's kind of in the bottom. Actually, you know what? The leaves are actually bigger at the bottom. they get bigger and bigger as the further you go down the bottom. So they gotta be real big on the bottom. Nice big leaf on the bottom here. Big leaf on the bottom here. And they get smaller and smaller as you go higher up. Jagged leaves, they kind of shoot up kind of almost parallel to the stalk like that. And then they make a little quick turn like that. Kind of like a dog ear. Like, and they get real small by the base. This is where I'm going to put the flowers. But this is like the base here. They already look like sunflowers. You can almost see they're sunflowers already without even actually seeing the flower part. It's like your brain almost fills it in. It's funny. Oh yeah. Small leaf here, small leaf here, slightly bigger leaf here, slightly bigger leaf here, big leaf down the bottom, another big leaf on the bottom. And maybe a real big leaf here that kind of goes behind this other pumpkin plant leaf, just sort of balls. Yeah. Put another big old sucker here. Kind of ties the eye into the pumpkin plant, it almost blends into the pumpkin plant. Pumpkin plant's at the bottom. All right, I'm gonna make some sunflowers more kind of in the distance, so I just gotta just do that. So. Sunflower plant here. Sunflower plant here. Nice tall sunflower up here. All right, here's the fun part. The actual sunflowers. All right, so. Now again, they kind of have a golden color. The flower petals kind of have a spade-shaped look to it. In the inner part, it's almost like a donut. It's dark in the center, with a brown sort of surrounding sort of thing. It's dark in the center. Like that. Like a circle. It's like a donut. It's dark in the center. That. Make these a little higher up. Make that one too low. Because they have big petals, so I need to make sure it's not too low. All right, now I'm going to make the petals. Maybe this chalk look better. Oh yeah, this is much better. This is brighter. sunflower. And I'm gonna make it, a lot of times the inner part is slightly orange, so I'm gonna make it kind of orange in here. Kind of creates shading too. All right, there we go. Now I'm just gonna do a circle just to kind of better display the inner part of the flowers. One trick I do is I'll make a plus, then I'll make a star. Then I'll fill in the rest of the petals like that. That way, it makes it easier to make if you make a flower, to put the petals in alignment. Because sometimes when you go around, sometimes the angle will be off, but it helps if you just start out like this. Just make a star, like a sun, like an 8-point star, and then you fill in between. So the star kind of acts like a framework, like a guide. Another like that. 4-point star, fill in the gaps. So that way all the petals will be in proper alignment. All in proper angle, coming out from the center. Once I'm done with this, I'm going to go back and just kind of add that orange part in the center. Now, I don't want to make all these flowers going straight at you, because that's not what it's like in real life. There's also flowers that are sometimes angled in other directions, but generally they do kind of angle towards the sun, but not everything's going to be facing right toward you. There's going to be some that are going to mostly face toward you, but not quite. So kind of to make the left side shorter, right side taller, longer. So it makes it look like it's kind of angled slightly away. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. So I'm going to make a little short, long. So it makes it look like it's kind of slightly away. That makes it look more realistic. I might make this one look like it's turning this way slightly. This is definitely getting me in the mood for the fall, for sure. I love every season. Alright. Now I'm going to just make these face straight towards us. They like us. They like you. They like subscribers. I don't really care if a lot of subscribers. I just want people just having fun watching the content, whatever it is they enjoy doing. If they enjoy art, and I hope they have a pleasure watching this or someone else's channel that does artwork. I'm gonna make that orange part inside. Give it some perspective. Add the orange petals. There's a lot of sunflowers that are, the petals kind of have an orange look towards the center. It's coming together. All right, I'm gonna make this pumpkin on the bottom pop a little more. I've drawn quite a few pumpkins. And I'm not very good at drawing them. But as long as I'm having fun, that's what counts. I feel like I've made quite a bit of progress here. All right, I'm gonna add some more of this background field texture, make it kind of pop more. It's a golden annual sunset, start of fall, September 21st. It's when the year sunsets. It's the sunset of the year. Add an orange in here. Not a lot, just some. I'm gonna go back over with some yellow to make it a little brighter. I'm gonna make it the brightest over by the sun, because that's where the sun's setting, so that's gonna generate most of the golden light. The texture on the blackboard kind of gives it a Makes it look like it's a bunch of plants in the background, which works to my favor. Like it looks like a field with weeds and plants, different little shrubs and stuff. This is nice. Don't have to add much to that because it already kind of gives a nice textured look. I'm gonna make the sun much brighter. Gives it way more saturation because it's the brightest part. Because it's the brightest part of the whole mural. So I'm gonna make this super bright. I'm gonna press down real hard. Make sure that. Good thing this is really soft chalk, so it's gonna penetrate all these bumps on the board. Making the color brighter. Again, this is not the best surface to work in, so I gotta make do with that. I'm gonna make the sun a little more symmetrical. Because there's a perfect circle, so I gotta make sure it's symmetrical. I think that looks pretty good. I'm really going to color this in orange, really color this in orange. Then once I color this in orange, we're going to go back over this yellow chalk, so that way it will look gold, like a gold color. Especially around the sun, because that's the bright part. One problem with this board, there's like, it's kind of concave at the top, so I gotta always make sure to color that part too. Gotta color it all before. Bumps and stuff, I gotta make sure to color in. Because again, it's a really bad surface. I'm gonna make do with that. This is when I start becoming a workout. Whew. You know, it didn't really help the fact that I did some push-ups earlier today, but whatever. I can still do this. It's just gonna be a little more painful. But I will get this done. I'm gonna make sure to color in the top part. These large pieces of chalk, this is sidewalk chalk. I got this at CVS. Works really well for coloring in large spaces like skies. Because with chalk this size, I will use a whole entire pack just to color in just the sky. So these large pieces work super great. And it's Crayola chalk, CVS sidewalk chalk, and what's nice about this type of chalk, it's softer. It's Crayola sidewalk chalk. I don't usually use the sidewalk chalk only for just flats, only for like skies and stuff like that. I use the normal chalk for all the detail work, like plants and subject matter. It's good for coloring in large spaces like the sky. Oh shoot, you know what I forgot to do? Oh my god, I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to record, I forgot to record my fast motion camera. Wow, and I now just realized that. Oh man, I feel so silly. Well, what I'm probably gonna have to do is, I'm gonna have to use this live stream, and I'm gonna have to somehow save this live stream video and do a fast motion that way. Dang, it's a bummer. Can't believe I forgot to record the other camera. It's part of my ADHD, forgetting stuff like that. So I'm probably not gonna have a fast motion version for YouTube. I'll try, but it's just probably not gonna look good. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to save this 4-hour live stream video into a video that gets speed up. I'll try. I feel more silly than anything. At least I got some footage. Hopefully the internet doesn't go bad. That's my only concern. I'm going to draw another pumpkin here, nice big pumpkin here, because it is fall. All right, that looks good. I got these pumpkins brighter. Right. All right. I didn't put that pumpkin in a good spot. It's kind of off. So I'm going to counteract it with another pumpkin here and another one here. There, that should look a little bit more balanced. I'm gonna make this pumpkin's bigger too. The bigger the better. Well, for the most, I like small pumpkins too. I tried to grow some small pumpkins too, and that didn't really quite work out either. One thing I've noticed about growing pumpkins, the larger the pumpkins are, the longer it's going to take for them to grow. Like the longer the vine's going to take to grow, the longer it's going to take for them to start growing female flowers. It's a way longer process when you grow bigger pumpkins. Those little small pumpkins, you can grow those within like 2 months of planting the plant. You know, I'm going to connect this vine, just make it like one long vine. Because this looks kind of odd with it broken up like that. Alright, that looks more balanced, cool. Make it start here and keep it going. Sorry about that, guys. I try my best not to do that. Man, I cannot believe I didn't record do fast motion recording off of this. That's the first time I forgot to do that. That's because I was so focused on the live stream, I forgot to record the other camera. But luckily I could still do a fast motion if this video can upload and I can download that video. I just gotta figure out how I can download the live stream video so that way I can edit it. It can be done. I've downloaded live stream footage before. It's just with like a 2-hour, 3-hour long stream, it's gonna be much harder to do. I might be able to do it on YouTube Editor, maybe. Making these leaves pop more, so they're more visible. I might have to do an airport run soon. And if I do, I'm just gonna bring the camera with me and keep it live. Hopefully I don't accidentally cancel the live stream or else I'm gonna lose all my footage. Maybe there's a security camera. There's one over there, but it's gonna get it on the angle. That's not gonna work. Oh, I can't believe I forgot to record it. If anybody knows how you can download a live stream video onto your PC or phone, let me know. I think I know how to do it. I've done it before, but it's been a while, so YouTube might have a different options now. But if it still can be done, yeah, feel free to let me know. Because I'm going to try to download this live stream, and then I'm going to make a fast motion version of this video, since I didn't record it on the other phone. Alright, those leaves look pretty good. I'm gonna look in the sky some more. The sun really shines. The setting sun really shines. There's yellow around here. Shoot, with this bumpy surface is actually taking some of the other chalk off. This surface sucks. It's taking off some of the other chalk in the bag. Make the horizon a little brighter than the sky. The skyline a little brighter than the top of the sky. It almost looks like you can't see the sun now, so I'm going to make it a little brighter. Make it probably add a little bit more white chalk to it. Maybe. All right, that looks good. I'm gonna start, add some shading here, make it look like it's reflecting the light. Actually, I'm gonna do one more pass over here with the field. Right here again. Right here. All right, that looks good. Sun. I'm gonna make the edges, now I'm gonna start making the edges off of everything kind of pop with yellow light to give it kind of perspective. I'm gonna make the edge of this tree yellow. Make these branches here yellow. And then make the edges of these sunflower leaves yellow, and the stalks. Make the top parts yellow, so it looks like the sun's kind of shining through these leaves. Edges of this tree yellow, and the edge of this tree trunk yellow. Make it shade it in a little bit. I'm going to work some more on these leaves to make it look like the sun shining from it yellow. Cool. I like that. Oh yeah, of course. I'm gonna make the edges of these bushes yellow. Make these leaves look like they're reflecting yellow light. Draw a little leaves here. Make it look like the leaves are reflecting light. Now these are kind of like those thin leaves, so I'm just gonna make them kind of look like, I'm just gonna add more yellow lines up here. Same with over here, more yellow lines to mimic the type of leaves that are reflecting off. Gotta create a defining edge though, that's important. Now these have the big leaves, so I'm gonna kind of show these big leaves a bit. Alright, so that's oh. You know what? Maybe these pumpkin plants are further away from these bushes behind there, just far enough where it can reflect some of the sunlight just on the very top. I think that would look cool. So I'm gonna just just the tops of these leaves, yellow. I'm not gonna do the sunflowers yellow because they're farther away. But these are, closer and farther away from the bushes to actually be granted some yellow reflection. Edge of this flower yellow. Edge of this pumpkin vine yellow. That yellow chalk I used for these flowers sucked, so I'm going to draw it over again with this nice bright yellow for these flowers, because they are that bright. They're beautiful. They're really like an orangey yellow, but this is close enough. Tops of this pumpkin's yellow. Top of this pumpkin yellow. And don't forget the vine. Make it. Whoop. Whoop. Flower brighter too. Make the top of this pumpkin reflect the lights. Same with this pumpkin vine here. Here, this reflect some light. Make the top of this pumpkin reflect some light. The sides of these leaves kind of reflect light. Getting there. There's a lot more to do, but I'm probably gonna cut it a little short, being that I don't have any other recorded footage about the live stream. I'm gonna go over these sunflowers more times. Pop. All right, I'm going to draw the title. Happy Golden Annual Sunset. Use this white chalk. Happy golden sunset. I'm going to do it like right here. Happy H-A-P-P-Y Golden Annual Sunset. Let's start here. Happy I'm just going to say happy golden sunset. Golden happy golden sunset. Set. Alright, happy golden sunset. God, I hate when chalk is hard. Happy golden. Sunset. I feel like this chalk should be a little more white. It's not gray. I feel like this should be whiter. That's all right. I hope I could save this live stream footage onto a video file. I really do. Because if I can't, I'm not going to be able to have a fast motion version of this video. That's a bummer. I didn't record that. All right, I'm going to outline this, the text with some yellow. And I'm probably going to do a brown drop shadow. I think that will look nice. This text isn't perfect, but it's good enough for this type of art I'm doing. Happy golden sunset. I'm going to go over this again with some more white chalk just to clean it up a little bit. Happy golden. Yeah, it's spelled right. I'm not a very good speller. There's been times I've finished murals and I've had typos. I've never been good at spelling, never have. I'm trying to improve though, but it's always been a struggle. Absolutely always have.
Horrible.
Hey, what time is it right now?
It is 9:30.
9:30, cool.
Ish.
I could probably finish this before I do my run, so that's good.
That's nice.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm probably not gonna have a fast motion YouTube video, unfortunately, because I'm probably not gonna have a fast motion YouTube of it, because I forgot to record. But oh well. I'll see what I can do. Alright, sorry fellows. Alright, where did I put that yellow chalk? Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Alright, I'm gonna put a drop shadow on here. Alright, look at that, that's starting to pop. I always love, I don't know, it's just me, I love putting drop shadows on text, it just really makes it pop. Happy golden sunset. All right. I think I might call this finished. Okay. So I'm gonna want to sign my name right here. James E. Hackett, the fourth. I'm gonna just, since I got some time, I'm gonna just add some finishing touches here. Just add a couple more things. I'm basically, at this point, I'm pretty much done, but I haven't had any airport requests yet, so I'm just gonna do what I can until I get a call, and then I'm gonna end the stream. So I'm just gonna keep adding detail until I finally get a call. I'm gonna make this petals kind of have a little light around that, just to kind of make it pop some more. Add some light, white light around the petals. I mean, there's a lot more you can do. You can just do this forever. Just keep refining, make it look better and better and better. But, you know, there's a time you got to stop. And when it's just like a 3-hour thing I'm doing in the middle of work, when, you know, I've got other stuff I need to do. You know, this is fine. Sun a little bit lighter. Just go across. Yeah, that looks good. See what else I can add on here to make it look a little better. I'm gonna add some more brighter edges to this tree. Pop more. I feel like I'm using the word pop a lot tonight. Add some more texture like leaves and stuff. Because after all, you can see sun kind of shining through the leaves. So I'm gonna kind of do that. A little bit here, a little bit there. I think that looks, yeah, I like that. That looks good. pop a little more. Cool. I'll do one more draw through the text with some white chalk. Make these star-shaped flowers a little more, stick out a little more. I think I'm about to finish. I think I'm done. I think I am done. Hopefully I'll be able to save this live stream footage so I can create a fast motion video of this. The thing that really bums me out is it's not going to be good quality like most of my fast motion videos if I can do it, because it's a live stream. But let's see what I can do. Draw little circles around here just to kind of define the barrier here, where the petals meet the pollen part, the sunflower thingy, whatever they call it. All right, you know what? I think I'm done. All right, I'm gonna call it a finished piece. I could add more to it. I could make it a little better, but I think I am gonna finish. I think I'll spend 2 more minutes and then I'll finish it. I'm just gonna add a little bit more, just to detail it up a little bit more. I see a couple more people came on the stream, so I'm just gonna add a little bit more before I get a call. So I'm gonna add some more of these here. These are sunflowers. I'm going to add more dirt at the bottom. I'm going to add a couple of azalea flowers on this azalea bush here. These are star-shaped. Azalea flowers are often star-shaped, like 3-point stars. That's what the flowers look like. Most flowers have 5 petals, but there's some with 6, some with 4. But most flowers have 5 petals. A couple azalea flowers on here. Not a lot because it's not spring, it's fall. spring you'll see tons of azalea flowers on azalea bushes. You'll see some in the fall, but not as much. Surprised I don't have any calls yet. This is awesome. I was able to do this whole mural and I didn't get one call. Isn't that something? It was busy earlier today, really busy earlier today. Luckily it slowed down because I was able to finish this whole mural while on the clock without any calls while doing a live stream. How crazy is that? All right, so we got a couple of smaller flowers kind of behind the bush to kind of give it depth. Kind of give it depth. All right, real quickly, I know I'm gonna be lucky, I'm gonna add a couple more azalea flowers on maybe this bush right here. Again, let's add some pink ones, because they're also star-shaped. Of course, there's not gonna be as many as you see in spring, but at least be enough to add a little bit more to this.
You're gonna be making money doing that shit one day. You keep
Yeah.
at it.
Maybe.
If you want to, you get in the right circumstances, you know?
I
Like people
appreciate
see
that,
it.
man.
Hey man, ain't nobody, who the fuck else that works here can do that? Nobody.
There's a lot of good artists.
Not nobody that works in this building that can go over there and do that shit. I know that for a fact, or they would have they would have already got it out of competitiveness. They would
Yeah,
have been
appreciate
the
it.
only one. That proves it. You know how that is, that's human nature. Somebody would have, if they could do it, they'd have done come up to you and talked, and they wanted to try one too, or they didn't compare it, no. Anybody else can.
One thing that bummed me out is I usually have fast motion video where I draw it, but I forgot to record it.
Ah.
So I got live stream footage of it, so I'm gonna see if I could download the live stream video and edit that.
You got a YouTube channel?
Yeah, the quality's gonna look like crap, but it'll at least be something to show like
Yeah.
a full
What's the name of
fast.
your YouTube channel?
It's Infilove.
Okay,
Infilove.
Gotcha.
Infilove.
okay, pretty well just how it sounds. Alright, yeah, I'll check that channel out, and fucking,
Yeah, feel
like
free.
it and everything, try to do it.
Cool, man. Appreciate that.
Gotta support your local people.
Well, I think I'm pretty much done here. I know I'm gonna get a call probably any second, so I think I'm gonna give it the good old thumbs up and then we'll close the stream. Hey, I appreciate you watching. I hope you all have a good night. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna real quick just check to see if anybody commented. All right, you guys have a good night.